generally, this hustling makes relationship that you have with people transactional. If you're hustling and you're not yielding results, it can affect your relationship. Imagine me, I'm thinking of the next strategy to use, the next structure to use in my brand to yield results, and then you are calling me that, do you love me? You're calling me that, do you love me? I don't know the kind of response I will give to you.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another wonderful episode of the Lifestyle Podcast here on Liberators Network, where minds are freed, voices are amplified, and ideas spark reward impact. My name is Zoey Chukwu, and I'm so happy to be doing this with you all again. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at the honest truth about hustling in Nigeria, why we keep grinding, why we keep hustling day by day, and what it really means to us, young people and Nigerians as a whole. But I'm not doing this alone, because in today's episode, I have an amazing guest here with me. He's a creative director and the founder of INUGO Creative Agency. Yes, a company that handles anything graphics, branding, anything you want to do in the creative part as regarded to your business. They give you the best. They are top-notch in it. And I'm so much excited to have the founder here with us today to take us through on this discussion or this conversation. And you're welcome, Mr. Ugochukwu Ogbonna.
Thank you very much, Ma. It's a privilege to be here, ma.
You're welcome. How have you been?
I'm good. I'm fine. Although the situation of the country is still on everybody, but
Seriously?
we are good. Yes.
Okay. First, how has your year been?
The year just started, although we've achieved a lot, from January to this moment, but there's still a lot that we're expecting, understand, through the year. The year has been rough, the recent fuel hike and every other thing.
It really affects
just like our topic now, the hustle and bustling. But at least we are pushing forward. We've made some efforts, we've made some progress, we've made some achievements, and we hope for more.
I really love that. Okay, so let's get into today's conversation quickly. First of all, I want to know, why do you think so many Nigerian youths or so many Nigerian people feel like hustling every day is the only option that they have in order to survive?
Okay. Yeah, the thing there is, in Nigeria, we don't have an option. That's the truth. We have no other option. Wow. That's the truth. In order to survive, you have to put in the work. Yeah. And with the situation of the country now, you cannot just put in your normal work. You have to ×2 the work. Sometimes you have to ×3 the work. And if you're a family man and your system 9 to 5 work is not giving you what you need, you might have to ×4 the work. That's why you see someone that is someone that has a 9 to 5 work is still doing Uber by the side. Probably he has a poultry in his house. Probably his wife is running a provision shop that him is also in charge of too. You understand? Just to make end meet. I'm talking about it. But to the youth. Now, we have to put in more effort so as we can yield even minimum result, because most times if you put in effort, you won't see any result. Yeah. But now much effort has to be put so that you can yield minimum result. That's one. Then on the other end, the way the society puts it, you understand? Yeah. Now, there's this, should I say it, mindset popular among the people in the society that if you're not hustling to show reward, to show results, yes, if your hustle is not showing your results, you are lazy. You understand? Yeah. This is one of the reasons why people tend to even put in much more effort in their hustle, and it has become a normal part of us. Now you want to ×2 your effort, you want to ×3 your effort, and that's just it.
Okay, I really love what you said. The things or the reasons why you think people tend to hustle every day, or we keep grinding every day. Both the way society has already programmed it. So society has programmed it in a way that if you don't hustle, you cannot be able to eat. If you don't hustle, you cannot be able to survive. if you don't hustle, you cannot be able to make ends meet.
Yeah, even if you hustle even if you hustle and you're not producing results, you'll still be seen as lazy. Many people put in the effort.
Yeah.
You understand? Many people put in the effort. They try all they can, doing multiple jobs and all of that. But at the ending, the result is not outstanding. The society will still see you as lazy.
Yeah.
So imagine someone that sees someone that is having 2 jobs and they're still calling him lazy. If he wants to start, if he wants to hustle, he will not, I have to do like 4. I have to do like 5. I have to know what people actually do 5, like jump 5 jobs,
I've really
something
seen a
like
lot of that.
So that's how it is. That's just how it is.
Okay, now coming back to what you said, putting in the effort. Once you put in the effort, you get the results that you need. But there is still possibility that you can put in the effort, but the results that will still come out from the effort that you are putting will not really be very much.
Yes, that's actually true. That's why I said some will be doing 2 jobs. If I tell that I have 2 works, you'll be like, oh, I'm surviving, I'm living life or something like that. But the 2 jobs I'm doing may not be able to yield that result that you may be looking for in me. You understand? It's not even about the work that you do. You get? It's not about how many work
that
you do. You understand? It's about how you are smart about it. That's the first thing. Smartness, you understand? Because nowadays, hard work doesn't produce more results in Nigeria. Hard work do not produce more results. It's the smart work. So if you're doing hard labor of maybe 3, 4 works, you will not produce as much result as someone who is maybe doing 1 or 2. And then the smart works, those working smart are not as much as those working hard. You understand? Hard work requires just little knowledge, but smart work requires very high intellect.
You have to use your intellect.
Yes, you have to. And
very
most
well.
people don't have that time.
And even the energy.
They don't have the time, they don't have the energy and all of that. So most people just tend to flow with the hard work, which doesn't produce much result like that.
I think in our society, this issue of knowing when to work hard or knowing how to balance between working hard and working smart is really, really a very big problem. I can use this particular example to explain what I just want to talk about. And I think one of my friend, he was saying something about starting up a side hustle, a side business, because he was working 9 to 5 job. So he wanted to start a side hustle business just to add up with the one that he's already doing. Then he told the parents about it. I think it was the mom that gave him this kind of suggestion or advice. He told the parents about what he was planning to do, since this one is not really bringing much rewards or much income to him. So he wants to start something like this. And it's basically an online skill that you have to learn. But the parents were like, if you should check around the society, that there are a lot of persons that are doing different things. He used someone that is into hawking, this kind of hawking business, as an example for the guy. So I'm just using it to explain that hard work stuff. So he used that person as an example that since the 9 to 5 job is not going very well for him, I think the way the mother was viewing it, since this person can go outside in a day and hawk around, carry stuffs around, and you walk around, then coming back the day, he can be able to make something that they can use just to put food on their table for that day. That she thinks that the guy should also move into that kind of business.
You see, sincerely speaking, this is most Nigerians' mentality.
Yeah.
Like this, the scenario you just gave now is the mentality of most Nigerians. Sincerely, if you go outside to hustle, you will get money and come back, you understand? But what can you use the money and do? That's the first question. What can you use the money and do? The money you will get is what you will just use and maybe survive. You'll be on survival mode, you understand? But if he had gone for the other option, which is to find probably an online work to be doing, it will take time. Understand? It will take time. It will take period of at least, if you want to learn something online and be good at it and start earning from it, you can use within 5 to 6 months to be really good at it, to be sane client and all of that. But that time you've spent learning, waiting, you understand, growing in what you are doing, you will recover more than someone that has been going outside to be hustling. Outside, just working smart, the stress that comes with working hard. Like stress. Imagine him going outside now, hustling all of that under the sun. People will harass him on the road because they also harass people on the road. The harassment that he will give, and sometimes he will not even make sales. You understand the frustration that comes with it. You get, but that's just the mindset of most Nigerians, and many people are okay with it.
Yeah.
Many people are living with it. You understand, hard work. That's just it.
A lot of persons are living with that mindset, and they not really seeing it as
a problem or anything. No.
Yeah, they just see it as is life. Since
it's the way the society have programmed it. That's the truth. The way the
it can put food on my table.
Let me continue.
Yeah, why should I just kind of quit it or something like that? Okay, now sometimes the journey is not really easy. The journey of hustling is not really easy. I've seen a lot of persons have different experiences about how they started, both with building what they are doing, maybe their career or their business. It's not really a funny one. Now, I want to know to you now, what is one experience or one funny setback that you had? You are a creative director, yeah. So what is one funny experience or setback that you've had while building your brand, building your businesses?
Okay. That's a very hard question. Why? Because building my brand, I've been very careful. Sincerely, I've been very, very careful. I do not really take risk like that. I always make sure that there is how will I put it? There is a measure already has to be done beforehand. Like there has to be a preventive measure, or how will I put it? Something I can bounce back on before I take any risk. You understand? Okay. And most times it's always successful. Yes. But one of the most prominent, I think, is it risk or challenge? The question.
The setback. Yes, the challenges there. Yeah.
One of the challenges or the setback I've gotten in my business actually is our economy, is the country that we find ourselves in. Let me explain to you. You know, setback don't need to only just be probably you taking a risk or you trying something and then it fails. You understand? No, you may put in your effort and every other thing. It's supposed to work, but the country in which you find yourself will make it not work. I'm not trying to blame the country totally, but at least to some extent, you get what I'm saying now. One of the setbacks I faced is in area of electricity. Okay. How? I had deadlines to meet up to, deadlines that I know that this could actually make me at least a whole lot of income. It can generate a whole lot of income. That's because I work for brands and every other thing, and they have their deadlines. You see this brand submitting their brief, this other one coming to submit their brief, and every other thing. Then you now rely on electricity. At my early stage, though, I relied on electricity to meet up and do every other thing. But at the ending, it was very, very frustrating. Like very, very, very frustrating. Imagine they are calling you Alpha, so and so. Are you not done with my work? When am I getting my work and all of that? But you will not be able to give them the feedback that they need. And at times you lose customers, at times you lose trust, at times you lose business value and all of that. But I was able to scale through. Okay. Actually, I was able to scale through, but it had an effect on me. Understand? It had an effect on me, but at the end, I was able to, scale through. That was one. Then before entering into the...
Okay, first, how were you able to scale through in it?
Yes, I had to find alternative means. Okay. You understand? As I mentioned earlier, this was at the earlier part of my business. You understand? Okay. Then the electricity, did everything and all of that. Then I had to find an alternative means, maybe buying generator, using solar, all of that, or there's a work site I used to visit, you understand, where you pay, you use free electricity and free Wi-Fi. Okay, so I used to visit those places at times, you understand, to meet up with my client's request. So that's just how I, scaled through that moment. Okay. Then before I got into this before I started the creative agency and all of that, one of the job I did, I actually did many things before I got into the creative agency. So one of the job I did was selling of clothes, thrift clothes, which we know, aka or kreka, you get. So I was working for someone then. I was managing a shop. Yet I was selling clothes and all of that. It was going smooth. It was going fine. It was going well. But what I was earning there is not enough to further what I want to do. Understand? Further dreams, further hope, and all of that. Then there was one step I took. I met her. I was like, "You have this bag of okrika clothes that it has been long." Understand? And the clothes are there. You want to do away with them, but you don't want to just dispose them. It's something you can easily sell. I took these clothes and went to market, a very popular market at where I was staying there. I took the clothes to the market under the hot sun, carry bell, carry nylon. I was selling these clothes. So, because if you not come to the market on time, you will not see space. I came late. I came around that kind 11 and all of that.
Which of the markets was that?
Is the market is one market at Lagos.
Okay.
You understand the Ikorodu area, Lagos. What's the name of this market? I've forgotten the name because it has belonged. I've forgotten the name of the market, but it's at Ikorodu area before the Ikorodu roundabout. That's where the market is located. So I went to the market there, and after searching for space and everything, they gave me a space at the gate of the market. So I stood there, was ringing my bell. Come and buy your clothes for 500. I was doing it. Do you believe that I did not sell the clothes finish? I did not even make much sale. Like the sale I made that day, I should have just gone to shop and stay. But I learned something from.
Okay. What do you think made you not to sell? Was it because of the clothes?
Because sometimes your hustle will not bring the reward that you want. That's how it is actually. You cannot expect every time you go out you will see results. Yeah. You understand? I actually made some sales, but I know that if I was in the shop, staying in the shop, I would make more. You understand? Yeah. But I went there, the transport of transporting that thing there, paying for transport and everything, because it would be double. Because the thing is a load. You understand? The stress of staying under the sun, ringing bell and stuff. I was thinking that maybe I'll see someone that will buy more. You understand? From 500, I reduced the price to 200. I reduced the price to 100 naira.
Wow.
Buy your clothes. It was not when it was 100 naira, people were buying it. How many do you want to buy? If you buy 10, that's just 1,000. What do you want to use 1,000 and do? So that was one of the failed attempts I've had at, business and stuff.
You wanted to say something, what it taught you?
What it actually taught me was, forget that we are saying work hard, work smart. No, forget that. If you are doing your business legitimately, don't be ashamed of it. You understand? Wow. Imagine me standing at the gates, like ringing bell. People were passing, like this, the entrance. People were passing and all of that. I did not look at anybody's face. You understand? It taught me that if you're doing what you are doing, is right. Don't be ashamed of your hustle. That's one thing I got from that whole experience.
Wow, I really love that, though. At least, let me just use prostitutes, for example. None of them are ashamed of what they are doing.
Yeah, these days they are not ashamed.
They are not, even before now, they are not ashamed, because it's not like I'm saying that it's good, something like that, but the way they carry it on their head, the way they put themselves out there for people to just see them. So I don't see any reason why someone that you really want to survive in an economy like this that is very hot, that is getting bad every day, because it's not getting better. As the day comes, it's always getting worse day by day. And I don't even think it's even get better.
No.
So I don't see any reason why you as a person, you should be very ashamed of what you are doing. No, if you know that this is something that I'm doing this and it's bringing income to my way, it's helping me sort out some things that I need to do, you have to put it out there. You have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, you have to continue.
That is the only way. If you are not exposed for people to see you, there is no way that they can be able to get to you or know what you are doing. Now, there is this thing that I want us to address. I know you might have faced it. There is this lady that I do follow online. She's a content creator. She's into the creative world. She creates content, and she creates content for brands as well. She's also a podcaster, though. Now, she was saying something about the different things that she has been doing, because she do go for programs. They do call her for speaking engagements. Then the things that she has been doing, that she noticed that it was affecting her relationship with most of her friends, her families. Like, she cut short the way she do meet them. Most times she, when they're expecting her to be there for a meeting or a gathering, she might not really be around because of the tight schedule that she have, the things that she's doing. So she was trying to say that the things that she has been doing is really, really affecting
her relationship.
Yes. And most of her friends might not really understand it that way, that she's doing things like she's just hustling to make sure that she survives. Yes. So I want to ask, based on you now, how has both your brand, both the different things that you've been doing, your hustling, you grinding every day, has it in any way affected your relationship with maybe your friends? You're no longer meeting up with their demands of you guys coming out to maybe have a chill in the evening, something of that nature, or even your family members. Has it in any way affected your relationship with them?
Okay, so sincerely speaking, let me put this out there first. You understand? Working 9 to 5 is not as hard as being a founder or a CEO. You understand? That's what some people don't know. You see, now most of the times people want to be a CEO, they want to be a owner, they want to be a founder, but it's not easy. As a CEO, you bear your risk. You understand? Everything that is happening in your business falls on you, and it's not easy. Now, just like the person that you mentioned, she's not working on anybody. She's working on her own. You understand? If she rests, what she's doing will fail. She has to always be out there. She has to always be up and doing. You understand? Unlike someone that is working 9 to 5, if you decide to take a leave, probably it takes a leave, the business will still continue. In fact, if he dies, the business will still continue.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's different. Now, my own personal life as, founder of INUGO Creative Agency, sincerely, it has not been easy. I won't lie. It has not been easy. Let me speak on the area of my family. You get? Now, your family will look up to you. So far, they know that you are doing something. They will look up to you. And now, they will not look up to you based on a knowledge of what they have of you. For example, now, if your family know that you're earning 20,000 naira, you understand? They will look up to you as person that is earning 20,000 naira. But if they don't know what you are earning, maybe you're a CEO on your own, you're working on your own and all of that, they just, come vaguely and ask and all of that, you get. If you have, you tell them you have. If you don't have. So sometimes it makes the kind of relationship that you have with them becomes transactional. Generally, this hustling makes relationship that you have with people transactional. What can they give? What can you give them? What can you collect from them and all of that? So even your family, most times they don't even tend to check up on you and all of that. Not okay. When they want to meet you is when they need. You understand? Because if they're checking up on you, you are busy. You don't have that time. You understand? But when you know they have pressing issues, that's when they check up on you. That's area of family. Now, area of friends. If your friends are not supporting your dream, if your friends are not supporting what you are doing, just leave them aside. That's by the way. But me personally, there are times I know that I was supposed to be out with friends, you understand? But I was indoor working. Even though I'm not working, I have to rest. I have to actually rest and, regain my strength, regain my energy. Okay, even though I'm not resting, I have to re-strategize. Because nobody's up there thinking for me. I'm the one that is thinking for, at least I'm thinking for people down there, you understand? So I have to re-strategize, I have to rest, I have to work, understand? So that's what I can do, yield result. So most times I don't have time for them, although I try to make out time for them, maybe during the weekend and all of that, you get? But sometimes I'm slacking off, you get? Sometimes they'll be like, what happened? We're not even feeling you in the friendship, you understand? You will not be able to give in as much as you should with the normal friendship. But those that understand, those of your friends that understand. Some will also help you, some also support you. You understand? Then, let me just put this out there in the area of relationship. You get, I'm in a relationship with someone. That's the truth. And sincerely, if you're hustling and you're not yielding results, it can affect your relationship. Very, very, very much. Very, very much. Aside, maybe your partner is billing you and all of that, the frustration will be on you. You understand? Imagine me, I'm thinking of the next strategy to use, the next structure to use in my brand to yield results, and then you are calling me that, do you love me? You're calling me that, do you love me? I don't know the kind of response I will give to you, actually. That's the truth. But the thing is that you have to be able to balance relationship with both your family, friends, and every other person, your loved ones. You have to be able to balance your relationship with them and your relationship with your business. You have to be able to balance them. You have to know that, okay, let me just bring out this spare time for so and so people that matters to me in my life. Understand? Because normally you will spend most of your time in the business, but at least find time to connect with those that matters to you. But sincerely speaking, if you're not good enough, it will affect, and it's not easy. Sincerely, it's not easy to balance it. It's actually not easy. That's
okay. You spoke about you being in a relationship with someone, and you said something very funny there. Though you are thinking about how to improve in your business, and your partner calls you just that example and start telling you, I love you, that kind of stuff. Do you think it's it depends on the person's level of maturity. Because I think there are people that they are so matured enough that they understand you, they understand what you are doing, they understand that the capacity of what you are building. You understand? So they will not really want to be, how should I put it?
They will not really want to,
They don't really want to always be asking you for attention.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Attention
Because I know
seeking.
there are some ladies that if they really, really want attention from you and you're not giving it to them, it really, really affects the relationship.
Most ladies.
Yeah, most ladies do, yeah. But I still think it's based on the person's maturity.
Yes, actually, that's the truth. It's based on the person's mindset, maturity. You understand? Some ladies, just like you said, some ladies understand that you have something you are chasing. You understand? You have a goal, you get, but for how long? Those that understand, but for how long? It gets to a point that they become tired. They become weary. That attention that they have been saying, okay, probably when he hammers, when he make it, I will get all that attention that I need. And you are taking time. Even the one that's understanding, at a point in time, they will not become. Even that's what I said earlier. I said you yourself, you'll be frustrated if you're not producing results. Now imagine how your partner will be if you're not producing results. Okay, for example, now like I gave that scenario earlier. I'm strategizing on how to improve my business, and then she called. She's asking me, "Don't you love me?" and all of that. You're not spending time with me. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I will make out time to spend with you and all of that. Now I'm trying to make out time. I cannot like leave business and always be making out time with you, because if that business fail, you will still leave me. That's the truth. You will still leave me. I know that you are actually okay. You're hoping on the fact that I have something to do. Probably she may have something to do on her own. You understand? That's the truth. We're not neglecting that fact. You get. But if as a guy hustling in Nigeria, you know that there's a whole lot that you have to put into whatever you are doing, a whole lot of time, a whole lot of effort you have to put into what you're doing. And like I said, if you're unable to balance it, anything that's outside what you are doing, we suffer for it. That's true. So even if the lady is understanding, at a point, they will not be understanding again. Like I know every lady have a time frame. It may be years, you understand. Every lady have a time frame, except if you are not structured enough and if God helps you. You understand? If God helps you, whatever you are doing now, succeed and all of that, you are not able to, relax and have more time for yourself, for every other person that matters to you, except from that. But if you are still hustling for a long period of time, some may not be able to stay. Those that understand that first. I'm talking about the ladies that understood, you understand, that understood what you are doing and everything. They may not be able to stay for long, you get, and then they'll just, leave. That's just it.
Okay, now coming to the part of gender, I want us to look at this hustling stuff based on gender, looking at men and women in this hustling thing in Nigeria. Do you think that men have more pressure when it comes to hustling, when it comes to pushing themselves out there every day in order to work, sustain their family, provide for their family, and all of that? Do you think that men have greater pressure, greater pressure on it, or women? Which of them do you think have much pressure in that?
To not be biased, both of them have more pressure. Both of them are pressured. Understand? Because you have to hustle or work before you feed. You understand? You have to hustle before you become someone. You get? But on the man, it's heavier. It's actually heavier. Why? Because the society is looking at you more to provide. Your family will look at you more to provide. If you come to a family setting of where they have both male and female, even if the male is not the firstborn, the family will still look at him, to provide. That's how the society has been programmed. You understand?
Yeah.
Then, to the ladies' side, why many or why some still tend to, hustle to make a name for themselves, to become prominent and outstanding. There are some that are actually waiting for a man. Let's be sincere. Men, some ladies' mindset is that once they are able to marry someone that is wealthy and all of that, there's no problem. So what they just tend to do is just to, invest in their looks, invest in their appearance and all of that. But most men know that nobody is coming to save you. We already know there's no two ways there. No one is coming to save us. So it's more on you. If you're doing two is not working, you have to add the third one. You understand? Just so you can be who the society wants you to be. That's the truth. So the pressure is on both gender. You understand? But one, it is more because there is more expectation from one than the other. Most ladies that, it was not good here. Don't worry.
Well, you can still put in, add in what you want to say.
I don't want to go to that area. Let's leave it.
Okay, but you made mention of ladies who they are hoping up to a man.
Yeah.
That if they get married to wealthy or rich man, yes, they will stand. And you made mention of them investing in themselves to look good. Is it not hard work, or should I say, it's still cash or it's still money that you need to look good?
Man, we're talking about hustling.
Oh, wait, does it mean that they don't hustle to be able to look good too?
See, okay. I understand. You cannot compare looking good and trying to make ends meet. You cannot. They are two different things. Some men don't even care about their look again. Why they are hustling? They just go all out. Just want to put in all the effort and every other thing. They don't really care about their looks. Now.
Anambra men.
No, not only Anambra men.
No, I've seen a lot of Anambra. Not only Anambra men. They don't invest in their looks like that. I'm telling you.
We don't invest. We don't invest in our look like that, except some. You understand? Very, very few.
Yeah.
Very, very few have time for their looks. But men generally don't invest in their look. They want to go all out, to make ends meet. You cannot compare looking beautiful or investing in yourself, you understand, to hustling. You understand? It doesn't cost as much as it can to take care of yourself than as much as it costs to take care of yourself and some other people. You understand? Maybe you have a wife, you have a child, you have to take care of them. You have to take care of your family. You have to take care of your in-laws as a man. You understand? Though your wife can still put in more effort, but nobody's looking at her. They're looking at you to provide. You understand? Compared to someone that just have to make herself look beautiful. You understand? Okay, let us leave the side of a married man. Let us go to youth. You understand? A son in his late 20s and a lady in her late 20s. You understand? A lady ripe for marriage and a guy, you understand, ripe for marriage, but are not yet married. Let's just paint a scenario. The guy is hustling, you understand, for his family. He's hustling for himself because he has visions, he has plans, and that he's going to have a family soon. He's hustling to get married. You understand? If he has a girlfriend, he's hustling to take care of her, because she must find him worthy to settle down with him. You understand? But a lady, she doesn't need to do more of this. She doesn't need to do more of this. She just needs to take care of herself. I'm not saying all the old lady, please. If I'm speaking to just few, not to every woman. There are women out there that know that they need to work for themselves. You understand? I'm not talking about just hustling. I'm talking about people in the corporate world and all of that. There are some women that know, but there are some that also have the mindset that a man is coming to save them. And it's even funny that it's not even only them personally. Even their family have the mindset that if our daughter can take care of herself, she looks good, look attractive. If as the parents who want to make her more attractive, look good, they can sponsor all of this. The lady don't even need to work. The parents could sponsor all of this, looking beautiful and stuff, knowing that if she gets a rich man, she will liberate them. That's why I mentioned earlier, a man is both responsible for his parents and for his in-laws. So you cannot just compare. They are like two different words, looking beautiful and slim. Though beauty comes with pain. Beauty comes with pain. To look beautiful is not easy. We're not discrediting people that put a lot to look beautiful. Beauty comes with pain, and beauty is expensive too. But you cannot compare the two of them. One is more than the other.
Okay, let's see families now that they don't have any guy or any male child. They are just ladies, and they are there to hustle. They are there to cater for the family, because they are both the guys and the ladies there. How do you speak about this in reference to them now?
Yes, exactly what I said. That's why I made sure that I mentioned that not all ladies. You understand? There are women out there doing very, very well in different areas of life. There are women out there in corporate world. There are women CEOs. They are founders, tech founders, and all of that are doing very, very well in whatever they are doing. They are bakers. They are teachers out there that are doing well, that are not even waiting for any man, you understand, that are taking care of their family well, you understand, they are there. But I'm just telling you that these are the mindset of some people, you understand, these are the mindset of some women out there that a man is coming to save them. You get, I'm not saying all.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. We don't need to categorize everybody.
Yes.
We are not the same though. Now, I want us to look at something. There's this mindset that our society, you touched a bit of it. I want you to just go more deeper into it. This mindset that our society have, that if you are not constantly working, they see you as someone who is lazy. You get. So I want you, based on your own experience, the things that you've done, even your business that you are handling now, based on it, how do you balance hustling with rest? That you will rest and people will not see it that you are lazy.
We've heard stories of men that have fainted while working. See, and the thing is that, first and foremost, the way the society is programmed is not the way you should follow it. If you are very, very sensitive, the way the society is programmed is not exactly the same way you should follow it. Just like you mentioned now, the society is programmed that if you are not working constantly, you are lazy. Either you are lazy or you are dubious. You put your hand into things that you're not illegal stuff. You're into illegal stuff. Understand? And if you're not producing results too, you understand, they'll still see you as lazy. So it varies. You understand? It varies. You may be working and producing results, but the result is not enough. They may still see you as lazy. You understand? You may not be working at all. They may not be see you. They may not see you physically working, but you're producing results. Yes, there are people, mostly people into tech. They don't see them coming outside, going to hustle or going to their 9-to-5 work, but they are producing results. They are living, a good life. They are living a comfortable life and all of that. Now, the societies tend to see them as doing something illegal. You understand? The society tends to see them as doing something illegal because we are not seeing what you are doing. Especially if they're not putting it out there. You understand? For people to see. Yeah. The society will see them as doing something illegal. That's why I say that you have to be sensitive enough not to totally follow what the society is programmed to do. You understand? You have to be sensitive enough. Now, how do you balance rest with work? Yeah. Sincerely speaking, if you work, you need to rest. If you work, you need to rest. My business, personally, we are open 24/7. Like 24/7, we are open 24/7. But it's not every time that we get clients. You understand? There are times we can go almost a week without even seeing one person. That's the truth. Mostly where we have rush season is beginning of the month and ending of the month. In between the month, we don't have that much rush and all of that. Okay. So I find time to engage in other things and also rest. But outside, rest is very, very important in work, sincerely. But most people, generally speaking, not only men, both men and women, most people don't tend to get this enough rest while hustling. Now, where I stay in Ikorodu area of Lagos, you see people that are going to the island, waking up by 3 a.m. You see them on the road going to work. Like, you see them on the road going to work. I've witnessed this several times. Which time do you have to even sleep and rest that you are going to work at 3 a.m.? You understand?
And most of them will be, let's say, because I know of a place in Aba, something like this that you just said now. They will have to work throughout the night, especially these tellers. Okay. They have to work throughout the night, the whole night, in trying to make sure that they hit the amount of goods they want to carry out to the market, and they will still wake up the next day by 3 and still go to market.
Rest, many people overlook rest. That's the truth. Like, they don't see rest as a necessity. Just the mindset has been in us that we have to always constantly be there to provide. You understand? Yeah. We have to always put in the effort every time. And apart from even the society programming, is that we already have that mindset that if we are not working, we are losing. If we are not working, we are slacking. If we are not putting in the effort, we may not get the results that you want, not knowing that your body is like a machine that will still break down. That's why, as some people, as they're working, they're treating themselves because from one sickness to the other, which is actually not bad. Which is actually very bad. which is actually very bad, because you cannot, if you slump and fall, that thing that you are working towards, someone else will get it and give whosoever you want to give.
You just die and go.
You just die, and that's the truth. So some people need to just, be sensitive enough not to follow what the society has programmed about you being lazy when you rest. No, you're not lazy if you rest. Your body needs to rest. Your body needs the rest. Your brain, your mind needs the rest. And when you rest, after you're rested, then you put in more effort.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Well, for you, have you ever experienced burnout?
There was one I experienced early this year, because like I said earlier, is more
beginning of the year.
Beginning of the month and ending of the month. Now imagine beginning of the year and beginning of the month. I experienced serious burnout. I was awake one night. I was like, God, this is how my life will be. This is how my life will be.
You prayed for it. You prayed for it.
I was praying. Yes, exactly. I was exactly, and I was praying for it. But when it came, like sincerely speaking, I was very, very, like my eyes. Thinking that I did not sleep. Like I did not have up to 3 hours of sleep in each of these nights, because once I'm sleeping, once I'm just closing my eyes, next thing I'm dreaming about my client, asking, where is Alpha? You have not given me any results, you have not given me any feedback. Then I'm waking up, I'm doing this one, I'm not doing this one, another person have come again, okay, Alpha, I need so and so for my burn and all of that. So those times I tend to be more occupied and very, very tired. And I realized something. I was not able to think straight.
Yeah.
I was not able, and my business is more on the creative aspect, you understand? So I could not even give in that much effort as I could. It even got to a point I had to even turn down some requests, some deals. I just had to turn it down. So I was not even able to put in much effort as I should. But later on, when everything settled down, I had the rest that I needed. I really, really had the rest. Sincerely, the thing about this burning out while working is that once you are exhausted, that's it. That's just it. Like, you won't be able to produce that result that you need. You won't be able to put in that effort that you need. That's why you need to be able to balance your rest with your work. Know when to rest and know when to work. But some people that are working 9 to 5, I wanted to even enter an area. Some people that are working 9 to 5 may not be able to really experience this, because
they burn out.
No, not burnout.
Okay, the rest. Okay.
You understand? Not be able to, have this flexible rest because they are working under people. But weekends are there for them to rest. Even weekend, they may want to do other things that they were unable to do during the week. You understand? So it's not even easy on them. That's why some people want to be CEO of themselves so that they can have time for themselves and all of that. But even being a CEO is not also easy.
None of them is
easy. So you just have to find the one that works for you. You understand? Stick to it very, very well and try to find out time for yourself. That's just it.
I really love what you said, because even if you work, if you break down, anything happens to you. Let's say you are working, you are the sole proprietor in the business will die and it will go. Nobody will be there. If you have no one that is assisting you for it, it will just die and go like that.
Yes.
Then let's say you have people that you are partnering with in the business. If you still die and go, they will not be the ones to continue the business.
It will continue.
Yeah. So it's very, very necessary. It's very important that you know when to work and you know when to bring in the rest. Because if you don't rest, your brain will break down. And just like you said, you are working the creative part and you need your brain for most of the work that you are doing. So once your brain breaks down, you cannot be able to think straight.
You cannot
be able to think straight or no.
But on that thing, I would advise founders and CEOs out there, if you find out that your work is very, very tight for you, don't be stingy. Employ people. That's the truth.
Why do you say that?
Because, earlier this year, during that time, I fell sick.
Yeah.
Understand? I fell sick and I could not handle something that I was supposed to handle. But luckily enough, I had someone, you understand, that could actually take over, you get. And the person was able to take over till I was okay, and then we still continued, you understand. Now, why 9 to 5 workers, maybe you are working in a company, why the company will not suffer if maybe you burn out or you're tired and everything, because they have other people working there. Why your own brand will suffer? Because you don't even have one person working under you. So most people are like, they're not seeing result and all of that. But no matter how little, try and give out to someone else for the person to come and be under you and be helping you. You understand? You will have more time to, explore more do other things. You have more time to think and structure more on your business. You get, and you have more time to rest for yourself. You get, but some people don't know that they are more stingy with what they do.
Have you come in contact with people like this?
Founders, yes, especially small business that are standing. I have someone that she's into selling of Zobo. Understand? She's selling Zobo and Kunu and all of that. This woman, and she has 2 kids. Understand? This is what she do. She sells Kunu and Zobo, Kunu and Zobo. That's what she sells. She'll wake up, prepare all of them, prepare the children for school, prepare the Zobo and everything. Once they go to school, she'll carry it, hawk, come back, carry hawk, come back. She's good at what she does, you understand? But she's tired. You see it written all over her face. She's waking up early to prepare the stuffs, you understand, and to prepare her children for school. Her husband is there. Her husband is also working his own 9-to-5 work, you understand? She's waking up early to prepare the Zobo and stuff like, because I think the thing takes some processes before it is ready in that morning. She has to even buy blocks sometimes if there's no light. You get, sometimes she's tired. You see it written all over her face. You get, she was not able to employ anybody. I don't know why. Maybe because she was not gaining much, or she don't trust people. Because that's kind of stuff. You have to be very, very very aware of who you are giving it to. Yeah. Understand? Because it's something that someone is taking in. But what I noticed is that when her sister came to stay with her sister hugged for her. There was a time her sister was just crying, getting hugged. She would be inside sleeping. She needed that rest. Yeah. How important it is. That's just it. The rest is needed. So you need someone to work for you. Some people are very stingy, but you need someone to actually be there for you. Because there are times your body won't be able to take it. Sickness is normal and all of that. But when you have someone working for you, it will be easier to take break. That's just it.
I love that. If you have the money to pay, you just use the money and buy time. Buy the time to do other things.
Yes.
Use the money, buy time by employing people to do that same work that you will need to do, maybe as the CEO or the founder there. Then you now have enough time for yourself to go in and re-strategize.
Yes, even touch other aspects of that area that you specialize in.
Okay. I want to know, for you now, you've been hustling right from when you were young, Abby?
Let me give you a quick backstory to that, because I feel that this discussion will not be complete without me giving you a backstory. Because some people will be like, what have you done? What have you seen? I worked as a motor boy in a block company.
A motor boy?
A motor boy. What do I do? I follow the truck that's load block to where they drop it. I'll load the block onto the truck and then follow the motor to the location where they need to. Then we load and offload. My back heard it. Secondly, I worked in a factory. They used to produce bathroom slippers. Understand? I worked in the machine area and all of that. I think I worked 7 months or thereabouts there, and I won't lie to you, it was not a good experience. It was not actually a good experience. I was black. I'm black, but this my black is shining. I was like black, and I was very unkempt and all of that. I don't have time for myself. Imagine you working 7 to 7. Yeah. By the time it's 7 in the evening, maybe you're on Mondays, morning and night shifts, you've worked 7 to 7, you come back, you're very tired, you're exhausted, you just sleep, wake up. The next morning, you're just bathing and going back. There are sometimes I woke up late. There was a time I woke up late. I didn't even bath. I just wear my clothes, bust out, went to work.
The whole must pay.
Yes, and you cannot come late and all of that. I've worked as a cleaner in a hospital.
Wow.
I've worked as a cleaner in a hospital. Yes, that one is there. I've also sold clothes. I mentioned that one earlier too. Yeah. I also sold clothes. Which other work? I've done some manual labor, all this pom-pom work. They call this pom-pom work too. Pom-pom work. Maybe, yes, all this. Maybe if they're building a house, you be helping them to be carrying sand. You help them to be carrying block and all of that. I've done that too. Wow. But the one that I know that helped me well first was that working as a cleaner. I was exposed to people of higher intellect.
Where do you work?
In a hospital. Okay. One hospital in Lagos, Oshodi side. I won't mention the name of the hospital. So I worked as a cleaner there. Then I was exposed to, people of higher intellect and all of that. It gave me more exposure, you understand? Then working, selling clothes, the clothes I sold, then that one I was able to learn how to interact with people to make them buy, you understand?
Negotiate.
To negotiate, how to cajole them, how to please people for them to just buy. I was able to learn that there. So that is it. I've really hustled though.
Well, one thing I love about this hustling, though, all these things that you just mentioned, in one way or the other, they will have something they would teach you that is something that you have to learn from each of them. There might be stages. Those stages might be the stages that, let's say, God has been taking you through in order so that whenever you now start up your own, you already have experiences about these little things, about people management, about the art of negotiation, about most of the things. So I believe in all of this hustle, that there are lessons, there are things that you need to learn from each of them. But that is if you are sensitive enough, you will learn it. But if you are someone that is not very sensitive, you will stay there after doing everything, working, serving them, stressing yourself. Whenever you now start your own, you find that it will be very, very difficult, very hard to start.
One thing I tell people that are working, for example, now there's a friend of mine then that was working at where they used to do shawarma and all of that. So he don't used to have time, understand? He doesn't have time. You hardly see him and all that because he's mostly at where he works. Then the day I met with him, I was like, one thing I'm happy for you at where you're working is that you are learning and you are working. One thing I advise people, wherever you are working, make sure that you are learning. Make sure you are gathering the experience for something meaningful. You don't need to necessarily be maybe experienced that. For example, now that place I was working in slippers, where they used to make bathroom slippers. I will not say that I want to start making bathroom slippers in the future and all of that, but teamwork. I learned teamwork, you understand? Punctuality. I had to learn punctuality and some other thing aside other places that I worked to and what I also learned. So one thing I advise most people, wherever you are working, make sure that there's an experience that you are taking from there. Don't just work because you need the money. Aside the money, there's also experience that is needed there. That's it.
Now, how has this juggling with different works, different things, how has it changed the way you see success? Does it make you see success as just all about money, or is there deeper things it has really talked to you about success?
I'm not successful though. But with the mindset that we have of success is not just all about having your house, having your car, having money. You understand? Success goes beyond that. Some people have the money, but they don't have peace. They don't have peace. You see, I used to tell people something. I can trade my peace for anything. I'm telling you the truth. Leave the money first. I can trade my peace for anything. I love to be at peace. I've experienced peace, you understand? And I know how it is to be at peace. And then you not tell me that I will have the money. I will not have that peace. Hold the money. I love my peace. You understand? Some people have not experienced freedom even while they have the money. You understand? I'm trying to say with what people think is success, having that money, they have not experienced peace, they have not experienced freedom. You understand? Success goes beyond just having the finance to do whatever you want to do. Now, you have to have that peace in you. The mind, the peace that knowing that when you wake up tomorrow, you're not rushing to anywhere to, go and sign in or sign out or do anything like that. You understand? You have peace within you. You're not bothered of any emergency or stuff like that. You get? And to achieve this, it takes a whole lot. To achieve this kind of level actually takes a whole lot. Then the freedom, you're not under any authority, you're not under any, you're not bound by any principle, no come to work by 5 and you must not come to work by 9 and you must not leave before 5. You understand? You are free to explore more of the world. You understand? You are free to explore more of the world. You are free to do whatever you want to do with your money. You understand? That's real success. Not just having the money, but having freedom, having peace, and then having men.
Having
Men, yes. Wow, what do I mean by having men? It doesn't just stop at just having the money, but you have to also use that money to impact the life of others. Yes. Someone was saying, one of the greatest investments you can have is man. investing in man is one of the greatest investments that you can have. Why? Because in turn, they're the ones that can save you. You may have money and you don't manage it well and all of that. Maybe tomorrow you don't have again.
Yeah.
Understand? By the principle of what people think is success, having money. That's what most people think, having money. You may have the money and tomorrow the money is not there. There is those people that you were able to invest in.
Yeah.
That will save you. The resources is when your downtime, there are people that you can call, and without them even asking you too much, without them even asking you any question, they are turning up for you.
Yeah.
Understand? That's where the resources is. The resources is tomorrow someone can come outside and say, you were the one that helped me, that I'm able to reach this level. You were the one that helped me, I was able to do this thing. That's where the resources lies in, not just having the money. You understand? Now, people can be successful without being worthy. Success is a mindset.
Okay.
Yes, success is a mindset. They say we have successful founders. Yes, maybe someone that they launch probably an app. Maybe launch a fintech app and all of that, and it was successful. You get they tag them successful founders, but it doesn't stop at there. Your app can crash tomorrow.
Yeah.
You understand? So success is a mindset that, okay, the little that I have, I'm able to use it and sustain myself. Little that I have, I'm able to use it and help others. Little that I have, I'm able to use it and, have peace. Little that I have, I am free. You understand? I'm not under any bondage. I'm not talking about 9-to-5 workers, please. Little that I have, I'm able to use it and have peace.
Okay, so you said you are not talking about 9-to-5 workers.
In this area.
In this
scenario. No, they can also achieve success.
That is what I
They can also achieve success, but this area now, I'm talking about someone that is working on their own. Success is a mindset. You understand? You may have that money and still not feel successful. Why? Because you want more.
Yeah.
You want more. But there are people that will never have up to what you have. They are living more comfortable, more fine. They're helping lives more than you. You understand? Now, to the 9-to-5 workers, I don't have anything against them. Sincerely speaking, I don't have anything against them. But they can also have a mindset of success. Sincerely speaking, they can also have a mindset of success in which whatever they have, they are comfortable with it. The life that they are living, they are okay with it. All of this is just mentality. What you feel is right for you. Understand? Once you are doing it and you feel that this is your success for you, it's okay.
So it's based on what you define it to be.
Yes, what you define it to be. Some people define it more extravagantly. You understand? That they define it in a way that is not easy for them to reach. You get frustrated. That's where frustration comes in and all of that. But there's some people that once they know that they are earning enough to keep their family going, you understand, it's success for them. Some people, the success just stop at them providing for their family. Some people, the success stop at them, having freedom. Some people, and all of that, just whatever you define success as is what it will be for you. That's it.
Okay. Before we wrap up, I want you to, because there are a lot of persons that will need clarity on this now. There are a lot of young persons out there, a lot of people out there that maybe they're still trying to figure out what they should do with their life, trying to figure out how they can build their own business or how they can stand very well, be financially free. Yeah, let me just put it that way. Now, from your own experiences, the things you've experienced, your setback, the down times, then the moments where you were able to triumph in what you've been doing in all your hustle and everything to this particular point that you are building something bigger. Now, from your own experiences, what do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned so far and you would want every young person to hear about it?
First and foremost, sincerely speaking, you have to work under someone.
Okay.
Yes. It's important that you work under someone. Mentorship is important. I won't lie to you. You may have passion for something you love. You may have passion. I've tried to work just alone. You understand? It took longer time for me to actually reach a destination than I know that if I was under someone, working with the person, learning from the person, I would reach quickly. You get what most people tend to do is that they don't want to be under someone. You understand? They don't want to be under someone. They just want to be, a master of their own. I'm not contradicting what I've been saying earlier. Maybe some people may be feeling that I'm against 9-to-5 workers. No. Sincerely speaking, that experience is needed. Yeah. You cannot get the experience by working on your own. You will get it though, but at a very, very high cost. You will get it, but you will pay dearly for it. But once you're under someone who have been through the process, you're learning from the person. Understand? It becomes easier. You also tap from the person knowledge, tap from the person experience, and then whatever you want to do. Now that was one. Then two, about finding what you should go into. First and foremost, passion. What do you have passion for doing? One thing that people don't realize is that whatever you have passion for can be monetized. That's the truth. Although our country don't allow some kind of creative works to be monetized, you see artists suffering. That our artists, I'm not talking about singers though, but artists, maybe people that draw, creative artists, yes. You see some of them, their works are not going far, their works are being overlooked. They have good works, you understand? But the mentality of, I'll not say the mentality, but the country don't give, room for that, room for good, unlike advanced country in which their works, their artwork are being really appreciated. Now, back to what I was saying. Some people don't know that your passion can be monetized. Understand? If you are in the creative field, maybe you can draw and all of this. There's how you can actually implement what you are doing in an area in which you will learn. You understand? For example, now, me myself, I am a creative. I'm a creative. I can draw. You understand? I know how to put things together to make them look beautiful. You get? Now, when I started graphic designing, it was easy for me. Unlike some people that find it hard and all of that. It was easy for me. Why? Because this is something I already have the eye for earlier. Kind of you understand? Yes. Yeah. So when I'm beginning it here, it's easier for me. There are some people, they like talking. Like they find joy. They are able to express themselves when they are talking and all of that. It can be monetized just like what we are doing here. Podcast. Some people are content creators. What they just come is to talk and all of that. They are making a headway. There are many things that people have inside of them that they love doing. Understand? It's just for them to find out how we can actually present this thing or refine it in a way that we can make money from it. That's also something else. Then two, praying. We will not neglect that fact. Asking God. Okay. We will not neglect the fact of asking God. It is very, very important. In fact, it should be number one. Yes, let's move it to number one. The other passion can come to number two. Because if you don't involve God, it will be tougher for you. Yeah. Many people overlook this. That's the truth. You have to actually involve the one that knows the ending. He knows the beginning and the ending. You have to actually involve him for it to be easier for you. Yeah. You understand? Some people just tend to just dive headfirst into whatever they want to do without, seeking the face of God and all of that. And then when trials and tribulations comes in whatever they are doing, they'll be like, God have abandoned them. God did not abandon who did not send. That's the truth. He did not abandon who did not send. So, first and foremost thing you have to do, if you know that your passion cannot give you what you need, go and ask God. That's the thing. And surely we actually give you. Then passion, and then by chance. Third one is by chance.
By chance. What do you mean by the by chance?
By chance. Very simple. Now, you may see yourself doing something that you never imagined you'd be doing. Let me give you an example. Okay. You went to visit your aunt, and then she just built a house, all of that, and you went there to visit and all of that, and she was like, help her and clean. You get? Then you were not cleaning. Then she don't come out like, you are good at this thing, no? You get? Cleaning is not your passion. You understand? She was like, you are good at this thing, no? Why don't you take it up in this thing? Why don't you take it up as a business? There are some people that may need this service and all of that. Then you just you can actually start a cleaning agency from there. Or maybe you're working with someone, and all of a sudden there's a service that person needs in what they are doing. There's a service that the person needs, and you find yourself that you can provide that service, not because you have the passion and every other thing, but you are, maybe good or skilled to provide that service. You can just start up something like that. It actually starts like that. I know of someone too, also a graphic designer, myself too. It's not like he had the mind that he wants to start graphic designing. He did not have it in mind. You understand? He wants to start graphic design. It was just all of a sudden, just by mistake, like sincerely by mistake, his brother needed it. His brother needed the design. He was like, okay, let me just see what I can do. Understand? Added one or two and all of that.
But he had little experience about it or something.
Yes, he had little experience. You understand? But his mind it's not his passion. It's not what he wants to do. You understand? His mind was not even, in fact, at that moment when he was telling me, at that point, he did not believe that he can even make money from it. You understand? But he just did one or two and found out that this is actually something that can work out. You understand? If I put more effort into it, if I go deeper into it, if I learn into it, because not because he learned it, but he has the passion, but chance just brought him to it. You get? So there's also many people are doing what they are doing today out of chance. Like chance. I'm not saying that the work is not good. They are like making money out of something that they stumbled into. They never planned for it. Like they have no passion for it. They did not see, like God never told them go into their, like chance just brought them into it. You understand? There are some people that are working by chance.
For you now, I wanted to ask this now. You've juggled and you've done many things. You've done a lot of things. Now, this creative part that you are doing now, was it something you had passion for? Like, how were you able to come to conclusion that this is the particular part that I want to take? You've done different things. You said you worked in factory. You've worked in a place where they make sleeper service, something. Yeah, you sold clothes and all of that. How were you able to juggle through all those things and now came to a point where you just finalized it that this is the end point? This is what I am doing. No, I know you still have bigger things, bigger visions to be. But how were you able to juggle through all those hustles, all those things to this particular point that you now build this vision for yourself?
The thing there is, while working in all those places I worked, sincerely, I knew that this is not for me. You understand? I know that there is more I could do. You get? I had that at the back of my mind first. And on that thing, I also prayed for direction from God, sincerely. I also asked for direction because it was eating me up. I was not even having time for many things. I won't go into details, but I was not having time for many things while doing all those stuff. And then I don't even know how to, structure my life or balance my life and all of that. So I was just, anywhere the breeze carry me and go, I will just do it. And all of that, you get. So then later, you made mention of a scenario. The guy was like, he wanted to learn something. And his mom was like,
yeah.
When I went to learn, and when I went into, went to learn graphic designing, all of that, I was supported. You understood? Yeah. I was actually supported by my parents. You get? Then I started learning. I was like, this, like I said earlier, I am a creative. So when I started, I said that, okay, this is something that I can actually do. Now, I first started with graphic design. You understand? My brand actually provide other services, which is not only graphic design. We provide other services, but it first started with me being a graphic design. You understand? Then I now learned how to I've forgotten the word itself. I learned how to utilize the online space to my own benefit.
Okay.
You get? That is during the course of my training. That's another thing that I learned. Then I was like, okay, instead of me just going back to whatever thing I was doing before, you understand? Why don't I continue? Although it was not easy at first. Sincerely speaking, it was not easy because how much are you making from graphic design? You understand?
Since it's something that you're still building.
Yes. So how much was I making for graphic design and all of that? So I just started, and another thing too is the grace of God in my own, journey. Another thing too is the grace of God because it has really helped me this far. It has really, really helped me. There are many times I don't put in the effort and I see results. You You get? I don't put in the effort sometimes and I actually see the result. That's just the grace of God. So that's just it. That's just it. I knew that whatever I was doing then is not for me. And when I saw what was for me, you understand? I ran with it. I ran with it. That was the truth. I ran with it and I backed it up. It's God.
I really, really loved the fact that you never allowed the setback, the things that played then, the things that you've really, really done, and the way you were seeing yourself before, you never allowed it to get entangled with what the vision that you had for yourself. Because there are a set of persons that they might still go and learn that graphics. It's very possible that they will pay and learn it and after everything, because they know that if you are building a vision, if you are building something, you might not really be getting the exact result at that particular moment. Not even in the first year. Most persons, not even in the second year. They will still have to go back to those things that they were doing before.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's
so I really love the fact that even though you did it and you find out that it will not really start monetizing you at that particular period that you're doing it, you still have to chase after it. You still have to stay.
Yes. The thing there is that if you want to do something like that, you understand? If you don't have anybody to support you, have a work to do. Because if you're going into anything tech, you understand? If you're going to tech, like I said earlier, you need at least 5 months before you start seeing something. If you're good and lucky enough, 5 months is okay. You can stay 1 year, you won't even see one single client or one single gig. That's the truth. And during that 1 year, who wants to be taking care of you? Who wants to be feeding you? If your parents are not able to back you up, you have to find something doing. You have to actually find something doing to sustain you at that time. But even though you're doing that thing, do not be carried away. You know that, okay, this is what I want for myself and I'm going to work towards it. That's it.
Even at the meantime, this is my vision, something I want to build, but I'm just using this particular part to support myself. When I stand very well, I'll still kick up from where I stopped.
Yes, something like that.
I really love everything that you said. But before we wrap up, if there is something else you need to add based on everything we've conversed about. Okay.
Whatever you're doing, hold on to it tightly. Understand? So far it's producing results. Hold on to it tightly. And if what you are doing is not able to fund the vision that you have, don't just leave what you are doing at that moment and then jump to your vision. No, you need something to fund your vision. You understand? You need something to fund your vision. That's one. Then two, I cannot emphasize on it enough, is God. Some people will ask me, why are you saying God? Why are you saying God? That's the actual truth. I'm actually able to say it because I'm a witness, I'm a testifier of it. You understand? If you hold God firm, make things easier for you. To everyone out there, just hold him tight, hold him close. Understand? It will make things easier. All of that. That's just it. That's it.
It has really been an amazing time with you. I want to say a very big thank you for coming around.
No problem.
For spending your time with us today. I believe that your coming here today has really, really changed something in the mind or in the life of somebody out there. It might not change everybody at the same time, but there is one particular person there that really, really needs this word in order to step up their goal. There is one person there that really needs these words, everything that you've said, that talked about here, in order to kick up from where they failed and continue their journey back. So I really want to appreciate you for coming around today.
No problem.
Thank you so much. And to everyone who has stayed with us from the beginning of today's episode to the end, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. And I believe you've grabbed something for yourself. If not for anything, don't just hustle and think that you have to hustle your life, your whole life out. You are still human. You need to rest. You are still human. When there is need for resting, when there is call for you to rest, you need to rest and allow your body system to take the time to just rejuvenate and come back again, so that you can be able to be more productive in whatever thing that you are doing. And just like our guest said, he cannot really emphasize the need of God in whatever thing that you are doing. No matter whatever thing that you are doing, always hold on to God. And if this episode have blessed you, I would love you to drop a comment in our comment section. You can share it to your friends and family who you think really, really need to hear about everything that we've discussed about today. And as well, we'll meet up in our next episode. But before then, stay inspired and always stay motivated. See you all next time.